So, hey, financial warriors. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Malik, and welcome to Seven Banks Incorporated. In today's video, we're going to talk about high yield savings account for your emergency fund. I'm going to dive into a couple key websites that I research to better help you understand what an emergency fund is, why should you have an emergency fund, and what is a high yield savings account. I'm gonna also throw in there a little of my experience on how it is, on how life is by not having an emergency fund, and how I learned about high yield savings accounts. In the end, I'm gonna share with you my special link to help you on your way as you journey to financial freedom. So stay tuned. And yeah. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, please like, share it amongst your friends who's also on the same journey as you, interested in financial freedom. So I remember a time like at the beginning around when I got married. That was about 4 years ago. Um, I got married to my college sweetheart. We got this apartment together. First time you graduated, got you an apartment, just stepping off into life. I quickly realized of what I didn't know about. I didn't know anything about finances. So it's like, yeah, I went to school, went to middle school, high school, college, got me a college degree in IT, computer networking, and information technology, IT. But I didn't know about how to manage a household and how to be the head of a household. Every day, like I would wake up and I would be struggling mentally in a way, thinking, how am I going to build a legacy? Like, how am I do this? Like, how am I going to start a business so that I can get out of the living paycheck to paycheck? Um, because every 2 weeks around, I get this paycheck, and before I know it, it's spent up very fast. Paying bills, buying groceries. I'm going into the grocery store. I'm looking at every price. I'm looking at every price of what costs what because I'm seeing the money just going out. Water bill that's tied into the rent, light bill that's separate. I got my car insurance, car note. And at the end of paying all of that stuff, I barely have enough left over for, let's say I want to invest, like do like investments. I barely have money for that. I barely have money to start a business, even build a legacy. It wasn't so how much I'm gonna, save for the weekend or save for this trip or anything like that. But it was more so how am I going to save so that I can start a foundation? Because to be honest, the way it made me feel, I personally feel like every man needs to have a financial foundation because what's a man without a financial foundation, you know? And one day I'm on the internet, I came across some information about it's the headline was the importance of an emergency fund, something like that. Uh, the importance of emergency fund and high yield savings account. There it goes. It was something that would allow me to have funds for an unexpected event. It allowed me to have money for an unexpected event, right? Like like car troubles. I remember back in my college days, I had plenty of car troubles. Now I don't have that many car troubles like that, and as an adult, but I realized just being out here in the world, I realized that anything can happen, right? My timing belt can fall off, brakes need to be changed. I can get a flat in one of my tires. When I first started, I used to do DoorDash. I used to do Uber Eats, and I got a flat and not one tire, but two tires at the same time. So I'm having to come out of money for not just one tire, I'm having to go and get two tires. So having funds for car troubles, layoffs. Let's say whatever contract you're doing, whatever contract your company have, let's say that contract is no longer there no more, and you lose your job, you're laid off. Uh, Anything can happen. This kind of stuff kind of happened to me. Um, and the information that I found, it just got me thinking about my finances and how am I going to set up an emergency fund. So what I'm going to share with you guys here are the websites that I found. So according to Vanguard, I went to investor.vanguard.com. According to Vanguard, an emergency fund is a stash of money set aside to cover the financial surprises that life throws your way. And life throws some surprises. Um, these are unexpected events, can be stressful and costly. A few examples will be like job loss. I already mentioned that, like layoffs, medical or dental emergencies. Somebody might have knocked your teeth out. Who knows? Unexpected home repairs. A hot water heater ran out. You got in the shower one morning. It's cold. Everything cold. Car troubles. I mentioned that before. And unplanned travel expenses. Someone might have passed away or something. So so when I saw this pretty much just gave me, okay, so now I see the benefits of having an emergency fund. It just start making the picture more clear. And I also found that there were three more benefits, like three key benefits of having an emergency fund or just having emergency money. The first one, it helps keep your stress levels down. Y'all, life comes with ups and downs, literally. I know some of you guys probably already experienced it. Life, it'll threaten your financial well-being, and it'll cause you to stress. And then I used to have dreads, and them dreads, I just started pulling them out a little bit. Okay, but I mean, I don't have them no more. Um, I can even remember the time. I can recall the time when I transitioned from working from my regular job that I was working, and I transitioned to working for myself. I started like believing in my talent, start believing what I got, you know. Um, Before that, like I was never ever behind on bills. But when I didn't get enough money working as an IT contractor for 1 month, I ain't get enough money. I was feeling very I was feeling very sick in my stomach because the bills was coming up, rent was coming up, and it was like I really don't have enough. And I literally had the lights get cut off for about a week. So just like imagine you a man, it's you and your wife, and because you didn't even have an emergency fund or emergency money in place, now you sitting in the dark. You can't charge your phone, can't turn the microwave on, can't turn your laptop on. I was stressed, and it gets very stressful. The second one they got, it keeps you from spending on a whim. We all heard the saying, out of sight, out of mind, right? Out of sight, out of mind. That's the best way to store your emergency money. If the cash is only as far away as close as debit card, you may be tempted to use it for anything. And y'all, I mean, I had a trouble with this one because imagine like you work all week and it's finally Friday. Oh, you trying to turn up. Drinks on a Friday night, drinks on a Saturday night. You go to the deli, you go to the corner store, you're going to use the debit card. So keeping money away from you so you can't spend it, it, it helps. It also, the third one here is it keeps you from making bad financial decisions. There may be other ways you can quickly access cash. Borrow it from a family member, borrow it from a friend, but at what cost? There's always a catch to stuff, right? Always drawbacks. I also went to, I also found this one, cnbc.com. What are high yield savings accounts? According to CNBC, high yield savings accounts stand out from traditional savings accounts. They reward you with a higher interest rate, allowing your money to grow even faster as it sits in your account. Like I said at the beginning, I'm gonna leave a link to these sites that I found so that you guys can go and do your research too. The interest rate that these accounts offer is noted as APY, annual percentage yield. The higher your APY on a particular high yield savings account, the faster your money grows. You will still have access to your cash as if you would, as if it was in a normal savings account, just the same. So it's important to note that the APY, the annual percentage yield on high yield savings accounts, uh, when they offer it, when you sign up, the rates are variable, meaning they're gonna go, they're gonna go up and down according to the Federal Reserve whenever they change their the benchmark interest rate. I also looked at some statistics when I was doing my research. I also did some statistics and I went to usatoday.com. It says the majority of Americans, 57% keep their savings in a traditional or regular savings account. And according to CNBC Select survey, only 18% utilizes a high yield savings account. And that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. Before I end, here are some additional tips on building an emergency fund. One is set a goal for how much you want to save. And in my opinion, a good starting point would be 3 to 6 months of living expenses, whatever your living expenses is. For example, mine is like 1,300. So 3 times that. The second one would be you don't have to automate your savings. It's ideal to pay yourself first when you get your paycheck, pay yourself first. But setting up a recurring transfer from your checkings account to your savings account each month would be ideal as well. Make it a habit, even if it's small amounts, even if it's $10, $50, $100, 150, 300, whatever it is. Make sure you set an amount. Save something out of that paycheck. And the last tip, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Make sure it's out of sight, out of mind. You don't touch it. Your emergency fund is not for everyday expenses. It's not for when you go out on the club on a Friday. It's not for when you go and party on a Saturday. Only use it for unexpected emergencies. So with all of that we just learned, let's do a quick summary. All right. Building an emergency fund is one of the best things that you can do for your financial health and your stress. Okay. It gives you peace of mind knowing that you're preparing yourself for whatever life throws your way. So don't wait any longer. Start saving today, or whenever that paycheck comes, start saving today. Start saving then. I hope this story inspires you to build your own savings account or build your own emergency fund. It's an investment that will pay off in the long run, I'm telling you. And as promised, if you heard everything and made it this far, go to the description and there should be a link that you'll find interesting that'll definitely help you on your high yield savings account journey. Thank you for watching and go and start that financial foundation, okay?